What's up, folks? Welcome to Mindset Tabletop. I'm Matt McCann, and I want to talk to you for a little bit about Boss Battle. This is a lane battling game, what I would call a lane battling game from Boss Battle Games. I discovered this in Dice Tower West 2022. It was my first convention. I was perusing the exhibitors hall, and this gorgeous box caught my eye from across the floor. Saw there was a dragon on it. The little kid in me went, ow! And so I walked over and I was like, what is this? They gave us a demo. They ran us through a round of the game explaining how it works. And in a nutshell, there's a lot going on in this game, but in a nutshell, here it is. This is what I would call a lane battling game. So there are 3 different lanes. The boss has 3 lanes and the heroes have 3. Best way to play this, I think, is 1 versus many. 1 person playing as the boss and 3 people playing as the heroes. Each hero gets a lane, and a boss gets a lane to attack that hero. Each hero has a hand of 3 cards, and they will draw up every round to whatever their hand limit is. That can be increased later on in the game, but we'll get into that later. The boss is working off of a power system. So however much power the boss has, they can use power points to draw level 1, 2, or 3 cards from their deck. And then they're going to play their attacks against the opponent. So what you're doing is you're playing your attacks. There are also defense cards. There are ongoing effect cards that have an ongoing effect as long as they're in the queue. And then there are also reaction card. I don't know what they're actually called, but these are like reaction cards. So they're counter cards. So there are counter cards. You can play a counter card to whatever your opponent plays, and those just kind of play here in the queue. You know, they don't have a slot. But what you're doing is you're putting them in their designated slot. Each card has a slot number in that black box right next to the card type. So at the end of each round, all of the cards are then going to tick up 1 slot in the queue. So you've got your level 2 cards go to 1, your 1s go to 0, and then you activate everything that's in the 0 slots in those lanes, and you activate them in speed order. So you can see the speed at the top right-hand corner of the card, and you're going to see what is going to activate the fastest. Everything goes in that order, and then you clear the cards all out of 0 and you start a new round. This is really, really an exciting dynamic because you've got 2 levels of timing here. You're timing when the cards are going to activate, and then at what speed is that going to happen. You go through a round system. At the end of 3 rounds, you're going to level up, and you're going to the heroes are then going to add cards into their deck. They're going to shuffle cards from the next level into their deck. I think it's like 2 per round. You're going to draw 3 and you're going to pick 2. And so you have over here, you have this round tracker, and you have the tracker of who's taken how many turns, because you can get a little bit lost and go like, what turn is it? How many turns have we taken? And the boss has to take 3 turns against 3 heroes. So you have this over here to keep track of that, and also to keep track of when you're leveling up and when the game ends. This is how you keep track of health on this health tracker right here. And you can see the boss starts with 50 hit points if you're playing regular Tavrog Fire. And the heroes, Runa will start at 18, Sting starts at 13, and Aurelius starts at 12. I forget where Emistrea starts, but there are 4 heroes to choose from, but 3 lanes, so you're going to have a different combination each game. And this is just so much fun. This is not a light pick your opponent apart piece by piece like Magic the Gathering or something like that, where you're slowly killing your opponent. You are slamming your opponent with huge attacks, and everybody is just desperately trying to survive. This is just the violence of this game really kind of comes out in the extremity of each attack and how powerful they can be. It is really, really fun. There are 3 different types of bosses, at least with this set that I got. There are 3 bosses. There is Tavrog Fire, which I have set up here. Tavrog Ice, where you're going to take some of their cards, take them out of the deck, and all the like specifically fire attacks will be taken out, and they'll be replaced with ice attacks. And then there is the necromancer, and the necromancer is a whole different thing. Basically, the necromancer is trying to overload you with numbers. So they're just putting out a bunch of minions and sending them at you. And Tevrog Fire is just trying to burn you, and Tevrog Ice is kind of messing with time. So there are 3 different ways to really play against those three bosses, and they're very interesting. The heroes, Runa is kind of like a strong, powerful fighter character. Sting is like a sneak attack, almost like a Dunmer from Oblivion and Skyrim. Aurelius is a mage and very, very powerful, strong attacks. So they all have their different strategies, and the heroes are working together to try and take out the boss, and the boss is trying to work to take out at least one of the heroes. Whoever does one of those 2 things wins the game. It is very, very fun. I love this. It's just a pow, pow, slam your opponent kind of game. It's very exciting and very fun. That is only part of it. There is more to come. I am actually going to be talking to Boss Battle Games in the next week and getting updated on the latest stuff with the game, because there are these like minion things or something like that I don't understand. They've added quite a bit since 22. And I can't wait to see the new edition of this game come out, because it is absolutely fascinating. I cannot believe more people are not talking about this. This game is so much fun. It's so cool. If you're into Magic the Gathering, if you're into fantasy or battling games, this is just highly, highly recommended. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to talk to Boss Battle Games, and I'm going to come back to you with another video to talk about all of the updates and everything that is new with this game. And hopefully I'll bring you guys a playthrough pretty soon. But I just want to say thank you to Boss Battle Games. I actually got this copy by winning a tournament. So after they taught us the game, they said, hey, we're going to have a tournament here, and meet up at this time, and you'll play through the tournament, and the winner of the tournament wins the game. And I'm like, I want this game. I didn't think for a second that I was going to win it. And actually, it ended up being a tie. And the guy that I tied with was really cool. And he said, you know what? I'm going to give this to you because you beat more heroes. I played as the boss more often, and so I beat more heroes. So he gave me the win. It was very generous and very nice. And also I could see that he could tell that I loved this game. And I think he just kind of liked it. But yeah, he was like, you know what? You won. So amazing. You know, very rarely that I would win a tournament at anything, but I was really, really stoked to get this. I love this game. I can't wait to get it to the table again. And I can't wait to find out about all the new details and all the new features of this awesome, awesome game. So I'm going to talk to Boss Battle, and I'm going to get back to you. And thank you so much, folks. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw here, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And leave a comment down below. Have you played this game? Have you played anything like this? Have you played other lane battling games like this? And would you recommend them? Let me know. Let's keep the conversation going. Thank you so much, folks. Have a great day.